Okay, it's morning time. It's 6:20, and I slept in the back of my truck, which was not bad at all, except for about 1 in the morning when my air mattress deflated. You can see the air stopper popped out. So I just stayed on it, rode it down to nothing, and finished sleeping the best I could back there. But this is called the Moab campground, and it's really cool. You can see why here. It's right against the Red Rock Mountains there, and I really liked it. Had everything I needed. Pretty quiet. Has power, showers, bathroom. So I got in pretty late last night. I just had my dinner at that table, and I never did make it to Dead Horse Point last night. So I'm gonna pack up the truck this morning and go do Druid Arch, and then try to get to Dead Horse and Corona today. So we'll see what we can get done. Talk to you soon. Okay, good morning. I'm on my way to hike Druid Arch. I've got coffee and breakfast, and I'm on my way to Canyonlands, the Needles district. So Canyonlands is broken up into a bunch of different, well, not a bunch, 4 different districts. And this one, the Needles district, is not very visited from what I understand. It's about an hour and a half south of Moab. That's where I'm heading to enter the Needles district of Canyonlands, and then I'll find the trailhead for Druid Arch, which is about 11 miles round trip. So it's going to be, I suspect, 5 or 6 hours. But weather's looking good. Slept about as good as I could in the back of a truck with a deflated air mattress, but that's okay. I'm gonna push through, and it's gonna be an awesome day. So I'll show you when we get closer. Right now it's just interstate driving or highway driving, so nothing too cool. Talk to you soon. Okay, so I took Highway 191 out of Moab, south of Moab, for about 30 miles, and then I turned onto the west, State Road 211, and that's going to take me into Canyonlands and out to the trailhead. So it's going to be, I think it said, about an hour on this road out to Druid Arch trailhead. It's only 50 miles, but the speed limit is low, so it's saying about an hour ride. So we'll see, but you can tell that we're out in the middle of nowhere, and I'll keep you posted. Found this stop on the way to Druid Arch called Newspaper Rock, and you can see why. Pretty amazing. Okay, I'm almost to the trailhead. I just went through the pay station for Canyonlands. It's about, how far have I gone? Oh, it's about 45 miles down that road, 211. So I just got inside the park. I'm at the visitor center, and I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna use the restroom, and then I've got 5 miles to my trailhead. So we'll see where that takes us and what it looks like. Okay, so I just left the visitor center. Really nice stop there. Nice bathrooms, little shop. I picked up some bug spray
because I stopped to take a picture and the bugs were already all over me. So a couple notes, obviously bring sunscreen, bug spray, can't hurt, and I would say make sure you have a full tank of gas. This is pretty far out here, and it's desolate. There's nothing. And there's no cell service. So make sure you're prepared in every way you can think of. Obviously, bring all the food you're going to need for a day, because, like I said, it's pretty remote. But I've got 6 miles to the trailhead, and we'll get this thing going. Bye. This is why this is there called the Needles District, because of those rigid mountaintops, mesa tops.
I didn't realize that my audio wasn't working for quite a while.
Okay, I'm 1.5 miles in, and I don't know, 35 minutes or so. And I just realized that my audio hasn't been on this whole time. So I've been bringing you along and talking with no audio. So my plan is to check in about every mile, if I remember. But as I was saying, so far, I'm really impressed with how well this trail is marked. There's these trail cairns everywhere. Really easy to stay on path. And anyway, nothing too technical yet. Everything's been pretty smooth, and not too busy either. So see you in a minute. Okay, let's try this again. I'm a little over 3 miles in about 1 hour and 12 minutes. Moving at a good pace, feeling good. The trail is well marked, well maintained. not too busy. Everything's going smooth. I think the Capitol Reef people could learn from these guys. The trails have been easy to follow. So anyway, nothing too technical, nothing scary. I stopped and talked to a guy from Lake Tahoe. Nice guy, but he's been all around down here hiking for a week. Otherwise, I've passed a couple people, but like I said, not too busy at all. So I'll try to check in every mile. I think it's 5.3 to the end. So a couple more check-ins and I'll be there. Okay, see you in a minute. All right, guys, we're 4 miles in, about an hour and 30. Everything's going great. We have, I don't know, a mile, 1.2, 1.3 left. And couldn't ask for better weather. The trail's been great. The first 3 miles, I'd say were like a real trail over rock and up into some small trees and brush and that. But since mile 3, we've been in and out of a wash. So like a sandy riverbed, rocky riverbed. So that slows you down a little bit, but it's nothing technical. So everything's going great, and I'll check in at mile 5, and after 5, should be just around the corner. So I'll show you what we're working with here. So this is what we've been in for a mile plus. But again, it's well marked. People leave the trail marker cairns everywhere. And this time, I downloaded the All Trails map prior. So that's helped me stay on track too, and track my mileage and all that. So that's been good. I recommend the All Trails app. So we'll see you shortly. Check out this little scramble I came across. Someone's gotten pretty creative with the stepping stones and that, so wish me luck. I think that's it right there. I gotta get a little closer and turn the corner to see, but I think that's the one I'm looking for. So almost there, probably 3/4 of a mile. So a little more scrambling right here. It's very doable. I don't know if it looks steep on there, but it's not steep. And if it is, you can just zigzag up it. But that's how I know I'm on the right track. And we'll see what's on the top there. Okay, it was easy getting up. And it just puts you into this little drainage. So I'll follow this. And can't tell if that's it or not. Let's get a little closer and see. It's in sight. I'm just around the corner from it. I'll show you here. That's it. So we'll get a little closer, get a better view. I'll show you what all this was for. I think I'm at 4.8 here. So if I remember right, 5.2 is the end destination. So it's been awesome so far. I've loved it. Okay, it looks like it's taken us, looks like the long way around, but I suspect it's going to put us in position for a good view of it. Let's see. See where this goes. Okay, there it is from afar. Let's see if I can get closer. But that's pretty cool. 5.2 miles, easy walking. Just a little bit of scrambling at the end, nothing technical. I'd bring kids on this for sure, but be prepared. It's out here away from everything, and I could see on a summer day how this could be. It's pretty much all exposed, so be prepared for that. But pretty awesome. I'm gonna spend a little time here, have some lunch, and then on the way back. Feeling good after I did 9+ miles on the bike yesterday. Today will be 11 on this one. And then I'm going to try to do Druid Arch this morning. So I think I'll sleep well tonight. And I got my eye on a barbecue place in town for dinner. So more to come. Okay. When I said I'd bring kids up, I didn't realize there was more scrambling. So this last 0.2 miles is pretty unstable, I guess is the right word. It's just loose rocks, and you can follow where people have gone, so it's not undoable. But I don't know if I bring little ones up here, but where I was last time, and you could see it, they could certainly get to that point. So I got a little farther to go, and then I'm going to be in position for a really good view of it. So I'll see you in a minute. So, like I said, it's a little over 5 miles. I think I did it in 2 hours, just around 2 hours. Just an amazing hike. Low key, not too busy. Everyone I've passed has been really nice. It sucks, I forgot. The audio wasn't working the first 3 miles, so I'll try to catch up to speed on everything on the way out. But this is well worth it. It's a long ways to get out of here, but it's awesome. So I give it a 9. This is really cool. So I'm gonna have lunch and head back. Okay, I've started my return back to the truck. Again, it was 5.2 one way. I think I did it in 2 hours, 10 minutes. So we'll see if it takes me that long to get back. But I'll try to check in every mile again. And then I'll try to, the last 3, I'll try to catch you up on what we missed the first time. It really stinks that I didn't have my audio on because you missed out on all my best jokes and how I'd solve the world's problems if I was president, all the important stuff. So I'll have to catch you up on that another day. But it's 12:20 and I should be back to the truck by 3 easy. And then we'll see what I want to do with the rest of the afternoon. But this one's been a hit. I've loved it. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, I'm 3 miles into my return trip out of 5.2. I decided not to check in till now because my battery's getting low. So the return trip is going pretty quick. I'm a little over an hour, I think like an hour and 10 in and 3 miles. So I feel pretty good about that. I've noticed a lot of people going out right now. So in my opinion, it's pretty warm. It feels like the sun's directly overhead by my shadow. And I know they said a high of 78, but if you get into a spot where there's no breeze, it feels cool, or I'm sorry, warm. But anyway, things are going good. Should be back in a couple miles. And I thought I'd show you the gear that I used for this trip. So, see you soon. Okay, I remember this coming through when I had no audio. But pretty neat little slot, probably about a little bigger than shoulder width. And it has nice steps and everything, so it's pretty easy. But it's nice and cool in there. So this return part, this last 2 miles, you can hear me huffing. It's a little bit of a climb out. I think I've got some flat across the rocks now, and then a descend back to the truck. So maybe you missed some of that. But now we just go across this rock top for a little while. Okay, we're down to our last mile on the way out. Feeling good, pretty good, all in all. I can tell my legs are starting to get a little heavy, but otherwise, feel great. I'm glad I'm finishing what I am. It's getting a little warm, but it'd be nice to get back to the car and get a cold drink. So I'll show you a little bit of this on the way out here. Okay, this is the final descent back to the parking lot. You can see kind of around the corner there. There's more parking. That's where I parked. So, plenty of parking. And I'm almost there. So this is it. This is the last 50 feet. Hi. Okay guys, I'd show you what I took with me. This is my favorite backpack right now, this Osprey. It's the Stratus 34. Holds 3 liters of water, but it just rides nice, fits nice, has good capacity. This is what I took on the Grand Canyon, rim to rim. I loved it, and that's where I've been taking on everything since. And then these Hoka Speed Goats, I think they're the Speed Goat 5. Those are my new hiking shoes. I got them after the Grand Canyon. My buddies wore these, and I wore something else. I wore Keens, and I got blisters, but my buddies wore these, and then everyone else I saw hiking, well, not everybody, but a lot of people were wearing Hokas. So anyway, I bought some, and I thoroughly enjoy them. So otherwise, what did I take? Hat, sunscreen, snacks, but gear. Those are the 2 things that I'd recommend that work for me. So, all right, I'm gonna get in the car. I've got an hour and a half ride back out of here, and I'm gonna try to get another hike in before sunset. See that little arch way out there? That's called Wooden Shoe Arch. Do you know why? Hello. I'm back home from my Canyonlands and Moab trip, and I did a lot in those 2 days, 2 days and a morning. So I think I'll break it up into 3 parts so I don't bore you to tears trying to combine them all. But Druid Arch. So I hiked Druid Arch, D-R-U-I-D, in the Canyonlands Needles District, and I was blown away at how cool it was. I took this hike, or I went on this hike off of a recommendation from someone, and I'm so glad I did. In my opinion, it was a 9 out of 10, because first of all, the destination was so cool. The hike out there was awesome. I don't know, just the environment, the way it was marked, everything lent to just a fun, exciting hike. So, like I said, I stayed in the Canyon Rim campground, which is off of Highway 191, the south end of Moab. So from my campground, it took me an hour and a half to get out to the trailhead in the Needles District. So you leave south on 191 and you go to State Road 211. That's where you turn to go out to Canyonlands. And so you pass, they call it Newspaper Rock, I think they called it. It's a stop there with a bunch of petroglyphs and stuff, so that was cool. And then you find your way at the Canyonlands entry station. So make sure to either bring your park pass or be prepared to pay. I think I paid $30 to get in. But again, that's an hour and a half from where I was at the south end of Moab. And then right inside the entry gate is the visitor center. So I stopped there, used the restroom, really nice facility, little gift shop there. I picked up some bug spray because I had stopped for a photo and the bugs were already all over my head, so I didn't want to take any chances. But again, it's very isolated out there, so there's not going to be cell service. You're not going to pick up snacks and drinks on the way out there. Bring all that stuff with you: sunscreen, hat, all that good stuff. Make sure someone knows where you're going, because I guess there is a ranger station, but it's you're pretty far out there on your own. So from the visitor center, it was about 5 miles to the trailhead, and it's called Elephanthill. So went out Elephant Hill, and that's a popular trailhead for 4x4ing or hiking. There's a few different trails that take off from there. So lots of parking, restrooms are there, nice little facility. And so I took off from there, and I had, right out of the parking lot, you climb about 150 to 200 feet, nothing crazy, but it's, some step ups to get up to this plateau, and then you're just kind of going across the top of the rocks for a while. And again, it took me like 2 hours and 10, 2 hours and 15 get out to the destination, which was 5.2 miles out to Druid Arch. And the first 3 miles I was talking in video, and I wanted to check in every mile and talk about the trail conditions and show you what was out there. And I did all that. I just didn't have audio. I didn't realize my audio wasn't working. So I'm talking and showing and cracking up, and there's no audio on there. So by the time I realized it, I only had 2 miles left. So on the way back, I tried to catch up on those first 3 miles that I missed. But anyway, got out there and it was awesome. I'd only passed a couple people on the way out there, so not very heavily trafficked. A lot of single hikers, a few couple hikers, and only one big group, probably 10 people. But otherwise, not real busy. So I love that. And it's out there a ways, so it's got to be a destination for you. It's not one you're just going to stumble across. You're going out there because you've planned it. So that made it nice too. And when I got to Druid Arch, there was no one around. I was the only one there for probably 20 minutes. So I took all the photos I wanted. I looked around. I had my lunch. I saved half of a breakfast burrito and took it with me, which I'm so glad I did by the time I got out there. And I will say to the 5 mile mark was very easy. Anybody in good shape can do that. The last 0.2, because it's 5.2, last 0.2 is a scramble up like loose rocks and dirt. So even if someone got to that point and then didn't want to go the last 0.2, there's still a nice view from there, and the hike is awesome to there. So you wouldn't be let down at that point. But I'd be hesitant to take little kids up that, the more I think about it. So by the time I had my lunch and took all the pictures and did all that, I left to go back to the truck, and it took me about the same amount of time to get back, a little over 2 hours. And by that time it was afternoon, or becoming afternoon. The sun was overhead, and so just remember to bring a hat and some sunscreen. You're pretty exposed out there. And yeah, pretty casual walk back. And by the time I got back to the truck, I was glad I had a cooler of cold drinks. Even being only in the high 70s or mid 70s, it still felt hot, just because you're in the sun the whole way and you're working a little bit. So that was nice to have some water and soda on standby. Had a snack, and then I packed up to go. I gave, in the video, you'll see I gave a little gear review of what I took with me. And then packed up to go back into town. I knew I had an hour and a half to get back into Moab. So by the time I got back into Moab, I went on to do another hike. You'll see in another video, I did Corona Arch that night. And then ultimately after that, got back to the Canyon Rim campground and got cleaned up and settled in for the night. And then got up the next morning, and that's when I did Dead Horse Point on my way out of town. So you'll see that in another video too. But all in all, Druid Arch was a 9 out of 10 for the remoteness, for how cool I thought it was, for the ease of being able to follow the trail, how well it was marked, and I don't know, just the conditions lent to be an awesome day. I really enjoyed it. So can't remember who I got the recommend from. I must have seen it somewhere, but I thank them. It was awesome. So that's it for this one. I'll catch you up on the other hikes, on the other videos, and then I would say I'm going to start planning the next hikes, and I will, but I've got a big one that I just won the lottery for in October. So more to come on that. That's going to be an exciting one. So we'll talk to you later, and check out the other videos on the rest of my Moab Canyonlands trip.